Hey everyone, Michael here with your CEO update. Listen, you might want to grab a coffee, get comfortable. This is a long update, and it's your own fault because you keep doing great work that I have to tell you all about, and happy to do so. Let's start with the annual report. Speaking of your great work, the annual report showcases all that great work you did in 2021. Check it out on our website. Go to the About Us tab, and you'll see it there. Share it widely. It's a great thing to share with partners and funders, to tell them all about the great things happening at Blue Door. Thanks to Rachel and the team for putting that all together. And speaking of great work, for 40 years, many of you were not born yet. Blue Door was doing great work in the community, continues to do that work, and we want to celebrate that. So on August 27th from 4 to 8 in a park in Aurora, we're going to be doing that. So it's a community event with a barbecue and lots of cool things happening. So I come on out, bring your families, tell the people in the community, our community partners. It'll be a great celebration you don't want to miss. We are right now in active outbreak at Porter, and we have a surveillance outbreak at KP. A huge thank you to teams at both those sites. The guidelines are always changing a little bit, and you're staying on top of them. You're working hard under tough circumstances, and it's so appreciated. Thank you for all you're doing to keep yourselves and the clients safe. Um, Passage House, the new 18-unit transitional housing building that we're going to operate, is opening soon. It's almost completed. They're furnishing it. We're hoping for mid-August, but final word on that is coming from York Region, so we'll know more. We have a team starting there. They're all hired. We have Dominique, Steph, Rachel, and Pam, and Emily's looking forward to onboarding the team in the next few weeks. We're starting to receive referrals to that program from the Community Collaborative table. Speaking of that table, we are back to meeting with all our partners across the region at the By Names List Community Collaborative table, which always has been a much needed space to discuss folks accessing our programs with high and complex needs, and not only seeing what Blue Door can do, but the rest of our partners in the community. It's a great table to be at. What's happening at Construct? Lots going down there. They are doing great work right now. Actually, Emmy, Rudy, and Emily are meeting with our friends and potential partners in Calgary and a partner in Alberta, um, through Construct, and hopefully we can continue to grow that program. So they're there right now. One of our partners from Montreal, or our partners from Montreal, came to visit this week and check out the work that we're doing. So that's pretty cool. On the construction end of things, they've been really, really busy. The team just completed 2 jobs this week and have 2 major estimates that they put forth, and we're hopeful to get those jobs too. Um, they also created Rob and the team created they did the cuts for 40 Muskoka chairs, for our 40th anniversary event. So that was a ton of work. So thank you so much, Rob and the team, for doing that. And then our resource development team then coordinated with Enbridge and their team for a team building event to come in and put all those together. So a great team effort. Thank you so much for doing that. Um, we actually have a waiting list for the construct program right now. That's how popular it is. You're doing great quality work, and it is showing. They're working towards the COR certification now. You're thinking, what is that? Because that's what I thought. It is the highest. It's the gold standard for safety for construction businesses. So we're going to get that, no doubt. Um, our resource development team, our fundraising teams, are really, really busy applying for dollars to help support you in your programs. Well, we've also continued to receive an outpouring of supports for our programs and growth, including support through SSRF Phase 5, Toronto Pearson for Construct, Magna Hoedown, and many, many more. Since the last update a couple of weeks ago, we've successfully received funds from Green Kickstart grant that Jessica wrote for $10,000 for Construct, the Bell Let's Talk grant for $20,000 that Becky wrote, which will provide peer support for Porter and Passage House in partnership with the Craftsman Center. Really cool. And a big one, the OTF Resilient grant for $199,000 that Rachel wrote for Blue Door to enhance our housing development capabilities. That's one where we're trying to actually acquire new social purpose real estate and acquire more housing that we can use for rent geared to income housing for our clients in the community. The Magna Hoedown supported us once again this year, with Becky and Jessica securing items for their online auction. So that's pretty cool. Um, Blue Door, our last strat plan, not only do we want to continue to do the amazing work we do in emergency housing, we wanted to have some more supportive transitional housing out there a little longer term. Now we're operating 36 transitional supportive affordable units, and that was opened up to 48 individuals. So tremendous work there. If you're not listening to our podcast that we have in partnership with the Canadian Alliance to End Homelessness, it's called On the Way Home. You can find it anywhere you find podcasts, or just go to onthewayhome.ca. We have incredible guests on that show from around the world, across Canada, that are doing some cool things to address the challenges we see day to day in the battle to prevent and end homelessness. And there's some cool solutions that Blue Door and others have been working on in York Region that have been featured on the podcast. So if you have 20, 30 minutes, grab a coffee on the weekend or on your drive in and listen to it, or maybe on your way home. Check out that podcast. It's really, really cool. If you ever have good podcast ideas too, please just let me know. We continue to work with SHS Consulting. They're a housing consultant we work with on developing a land trust for York Region. What we're looking at, there's a group called CAS out of Toronto that's looking at a Greater Toronto Land Trust. So we're going to expand that into York Region, and Blue Door is leading that work. We've been working on that with our partners, so stay tuned for that. A land trust really allows you people to put buildings and units, maybe the mayor, maybe it's developers, they put this into the trust, and then groups like Blue Door or others can apply to run that housing without rental costs. And the asset always stays in the trust for affordable housing for the long term. So it's pretty cool. We're doing that. We continue to work with our consultants at Impact, the Social Impact Advisors, on strategic clarity and impact for our new strat plan that will launch in 2023. Thanks to everyone who's contributed to that. There'll be more opportunities to do so as well. So we're really excited about that new plan. It's going to set our direction for the next 3 to 5 years. We're also continuing to work towards the planning and redevelopment of KP to make some more affordable housing for those we serve. We have a little house on a big piece of land. So we're looking at the potential. Could we do more there? Are there different models of housing we could do there? So stay tuned on that. Lots of cool things happening there. Now, my favorite part, shout outs in Construct to Jessica, our advanced summer student, for securing her first grant with Blue Door, a $10,000 grant for the Community Housing Transformation Group to fund updates at the fourplex we have and at the Inclusion Home, as well as sourcing directions of sourcing donations of putting together 5 awesome auction packages to raise funds for Blue Door through the Magna Hotel Community Fund online auction, which will take place in September. Thanks, Jessica. It's been said before, but deserves repeating. Thank you to Rob for building 40 Muskoka chair kits as part of the fundraiser. It's a ton of work. So Rob, thank you. I know you went above and beyond on that. That's really cool. And Megan has been amazing with training support for more than 30 trainees at once. She's gotten amazing praise for trainees, saying they were so grateful for the inclusive, positive space she creates. And Emma, since you started, we've introduced a mental health check-in for all of our participants, and you've supported a number of trainees through some difficult times. It helps ensure they're set up for success. So thank you, Emma. Rudy, a shout out from your team. As you continue to support the team and jump in wherever needed, you're always willing to offering to go on site with a construction team and jump into training to talk to participants, and it really makes the whole team feel so valued and supported. From Rudy to his team, he wanted to thank Emily, who's been such a great leader, has pushed her entire team to continue to grow and innovate. Emily also is just always very kind and has a listening ear. So thank you, Emily. Thanks to the online staff, the actual people doing the construction, Rob, Anna, Shane, and Myron, who've worked evenings and weekends in the past few weeks in order to get the jobs done. They do that with a lot of pride and have done this just wanting to represent Blue Door Construct well. Let me tell you, you're doing exactly that. Thank you so much. A great reputation. And Virginia for coordinating with RBC. RBC Future Launch gave Construct $100,000 for the program, and she got a media article published about Construct and that RBC piece in Newmarket Today. And as well, she grew the social media on Instagram. They've reached 509 followers on Instagram, over 508 more than I have. So way to go. We have 2 new staff members at Construct, Walter and Keegan. So let's give them a warm welcome. Nice to see that team continue to grow. If you haven't heard by now, Jeff, our Senior Manager of Support Services, Jeff is leaving us to fulfill a lifelong dream of joining the York Regional Police. Jeff, we are so proud of you. I know on day one, when you and I talked, you said that was your ultimate goal. So happy, so proud of you for achieving that. We're going to miss you, buddy. You're so kind. You're such a hardworking person. Your team loves you. The entire team loves you. You've been a big part of the transition of this organization. So we wish you the best. You will be missed, but you're always, always welcome back. We want to give a shout out to Lisa for her tenacity in wrangling together all the Enbridge employees to put together those chairs. Thank you, Lisa. And we want to say a huge thanks to Emily on our team for organizing the 40th jackets and bags for all staff. They look great. Thank you. I know that's a lot of coordination. Thanks to Juliana and Jericho for helping Rachel write and edit the Community Land Trust article for Torstar. We have an article a month. It's a lot of work, so thank you, Juliana and Jericho, for helping put that together. Brooke, thanks for stepping up and filling in the gaps and supporting the team where needed as we look for a marketing communication coordinator. You're doing great work. The team wants to say thanks to Rachel for her help with the Canadian Courage Project to help get additional funding. Your mentorship of the team is always appreciated. Way to go, Rachel. We're lucky to have you. And Christy from HR wanted to say thanks to Jolie, our HR summer student, for her help and support with our staff phone list, recruitment, and so many HR tasks. Thank you, Rudy and Greg, for your help with the recruitment of our 2 construction worker roles. Your support was amazing. And thanks to Marguerite, Emily, and Alex for your ongoing support with our recruitment for our housing locator position, 2 case managers, and 2 night shift supervisor positions. And right back at you, Christy. Thanks for all the work you're doing. You have done amazing work in the recruitment end of things as we continue to grow. We wouldn't continue to grow without your strong support and leadership. So thank you. Well, thanks for hanging in and for listening to all the updates for the shout outs. You continue to do awesome work. I get inspired every time I read these updates. Thank you so much for all you do. You are changing and saving lives, and it's so appreciated and noted. Have a great weekend, and I'll talk to you in a couple of weeks.